Number 2. DW's unnecessary cameo in What Scared Sue Ellen. I'm not going to show it because nobody wants to see DW in this unless you're a fan of DW, which, if you are, I can handle your opinion. In the opening scene of What Scared Sue Ellen, Arthur talks about some fears that people may have, like heights, which I did an episode on that recently, and spiders. Sue Ellen is the only character who is not scared, other than a scene in Night Fright where Sue Ellen says that cemeteries scare her, so whenever she walks by one, she whistles. That's something that she can do. I can't, because I don't have that ability. So then Arthur says some more things about what everyone's scared of and not Sue Ellen. Then after one line, DW says through the telegram, "What about you, Arthur?" Then this causes Arthur to run away, and we see DW laughing that her plan worked. If DW did that to me, I would take all of her toys and not give them back to her until she learns to be nicer and do better, which, if that worked, then I would give her toys back to her and never touch her toys again. Showing us how bratty she is. And because of this, Arthur's Scary Stories came so close to doing what another Arthur VHS and DVD did in Arthur's Best School Days, and that is go through an entire VHS or DVD without showing one sign of DW. And that one scene in What Scared Sue Ellen prevented that from happening. So that's why it's on this list. And Arthur's Best School Days, like I said, this one is the only Arthur VHS or DVD to go through an entire VHS or DVD without one sign of DW, or without showing one sign. And a fun fact, one of the episodes on this VHS and DVD, Buster Hits the Books, was already on a VHS that never had a DVD release, along with Arthur's Mystery Files, called Arthur's Storybook, which is cheating because in Arthur's Storybook, Buster Hits the Books is the only episode where you do not see DW once in there, while in Just Desserts, the first episode ever with the Fairy DW title card, very nice, and DW Tailspins, DW is in both episodes on there. So if you're gonna pick episodes to be on there, make sure that you don't have any bratty characters that could ruin a perfectly fine VHS or DVD. Number 3. It's the Headless HorseMAN. Before I saw this, I've never heard of the story, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. To which, all I know about it is, it's a story of a school teacher named Ichabod Crane who bites off more than he can chew, and then at night he has to deal with this creepy monster called the Headless Horseman. However, in the Fright stuff, before I found out what the correct name for it is, they called him the Headless Horse Guy, and that just is not the right name. But I know that well, two things. One, it was written in the script, and two, none of the cast, even though this is just a dream sequence, none of the Arthur characters were taking this seriously. This was just a costume or so, just an imaginary sequence. Now let's go to the Halloween episode of Wishbone called The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, although the actual title for it is The Legend of Creepy Callers. In the Legend of Sleepy Hollow sequence, Wishbone plays Ichabod Crane, and you do see the Headless Horseman in here. They took it seriously. It worked. And after finding out what the correct name for it is, I've been calling... After finding out the correct name for the monster, I've been calling him the Headless Horseman ever since, and I still do today. Just look at the way Wishbone, or listen to the way Wishbone as Ichabod Crane says the Headless Horseman. I just think it's cute the way he says that. And also, yeah, the way Wishbone said the Headless Horseman was in a VHS trailer that had this, and what I do have, Wishbone and Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Although the actual name for it is Frankenbone. I saw both videos. It's the same episode. So if you're gonna call a monster by its name, give it the actual name, not just... And you can play around with it, just do it in a way that makes sense, not in a way that just does not work here.